Hi, I'm Cynthia Anderson and I'm a brand partner with Neora. I have made a little tutorial video for you all that just talks you through how I like to send out samples to customers who might be interested in Neora. So as you may know, there are three ways that you can send out samples. One is directly from the website. Through the Go Prospect part of the website on your homepage, there is a part down in the corner that says send a sample. So you can send it directly from Neora and you're able to send one sample per month that way at no extra charge. The other is that you can order samples that are sent to your house that you then mail out to people, or that you can give to people when you meet in personal company. So I'm going to show you those two ways, how I like to mail out samples and how I like to give them out to people. So take a look here. So this is a Neora sample, and just so you know, you can mail it just like this. You can put on the back of it, in this area right here, 2 forever stamps, put your address, put the person's address, and just drop this sample just like this in the mail, and it will go at no additional charge or expense. I like to personalize it a little bit, and so here's what I did. I created a little letter that's kind of like a welcome, thank you for trying the sample. It has a link to my website. It also has a link to the Real Results website in case somebody wants to see other people's results as a little bit of proof about what Neora can do. This has been copied 4 times on a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that has a standard 1-inch border, and I'll explain that in a second, so that I can get 4 of these on a single page. I then cut them out so that there's no border around them, and then I tape it to the back of the sample. And in order for it to fit in this area, it has to be about 3.5 by 4.5 inches. So I measured that all out. In the metric system, that's 88 millimeters by 114 millimeters. Now through Vistaprint, I made some Neora business cards, and I also made some thank you cards. So the way I like to send my samples out is I like to personalize it just a little bit more, and I put all of this in an envelope. So this will now go to a potential PC. I then went out from the office supply store and just got these plain envelopes. And I got envelopes that don't have any hooks on here, and I'll explain why in a second. The reason that I got them just with the sticker is if you put hooks on here, then it has the possibility that the contents could get damaged when the post office processes it. If you do have one with hooks, then just get some clear tape and tape it over the hooks, and then you should be good to go. So once my whole sample goes into the envelope, I just, for an extra precaution down here, write the words non-machinable. What non-machinable means is that they will not apply any heat or extra processing to this envelope. And that's important because sometimes you might put something in there like a hydrogel as a gift for somebody, or maybe something extra in there like a wellness chew or something like that. And if you do and it's machined, then the heat can damage the contents of there. So I just write that on there and you're good to go. So now that you have everything in the envelope, the question is, how much postage do you need? So again, if you just send this out as it is, then 2 forever stamps should be okay. It took me a little bit of time to know that. I have a kitchen scale that I use at home to measure out when I'm cooking, and I would end up often putting my envelope on here, or anytime I send anything out with Neora, weigh it, and then just Google how much postage does that need. One of my favorite things about Neora is that it has been an opportunity for me to go back to the post office and get all these great stamps. So I actually love going to the post office. It's fun to see other people mailing birthday presents, or starting their business, things that they're sending out. Standing in line and just seeing other people sending Christmas packages and things like that make it a lot of fun. And it's also a whole lot of fun just to see what stamps that are out there. Like, who knew that there were Scooby-Doo forever stamps, or Scratch and Sniff popsicle forever stamps? All of these forever stamps are worth about 55 cents, which is why 2 of them will send out a sample. The post office has now just started making these stamps. Zooming in on them a little bit. These stamps are $1.15, and so one of these is the equivalent of 2 of these, so just so you know. There's some other fun little things that I have ordered from other people in Neora called the Two Chicks from Idaho, who have little cards you can get that are fun extra things. So I ordered this page of stickers that says don't forget to take your before and after, and I end up just sticking that on the back of my sample. So those are just some fun things that I like to do when I'm sending them out from the post office. So again, this is how I do it from the post office. I just have a couple little supplies that I got in a little bag that I take with me and I carry every time I go to the post office. So now I'm going to come to this side of my table, and I'm going to show you how I give out samples. So this is another bag. Again, both of these bags I got from Goodwill, so there's nothing fancy to them. But this one here, what I did was, again, I ordered these little cards from the Two Chicks from Neora, and if you need to know their link, put a comment below or message me and I'll send it to you. So I carried these cards and I just carry some samples. And I put it all in a little clear plastic envelope. This just cost me $1 at the office supply store. So in this envelope, just to keep it waterproof, I have these sample cards in here. I have these sample cards in here. And on the back of my sample, I still have my little welcome note. So that way, the same little message that I had on the printer that I put on the ones in the mail are on that as well. I give those out to people. Now, just so you know, if you ever meet somebody in a Starbucks, in an airport, any place public, and you give somebody a sample while you're doing something and you spend some money, that could be a business expense. So if you got that cup of coffee, that could be a business expense. If you doing at a meal and you gave something to the waiter, you gave them a tip, you gave them a sample, you could potentially consider that a business expense because you've talked about Neora. So just something to think about for you as well. So I hope this video was helpful. Please leave comments below. Please message me if you have any questions. And I hope this helps you get some samples out to people.